people that realistically could do something to stop this would be the friends and coworkers of these people. I think that more so than chastising people like Fousey, the people we should really come down on are the mentally well people around them that are leeching off of the mental health episodes. I think those are the most disgusting people in these situations. And that's how I feel about it.
Guess we'll get into it as we go. Not so erudite. What you got for us?
Yeah, it's probably not like overly novel. I think exploiting mentally ill people is bad, obviously, and I think so. The main people who I think have an issue with is going to be anybody around them that's enabling them. So in the Kanye West situation, I think like Nick Fuentes and Milo Yiannopoulos were trying to like milk his manic episode as much as possible. That was really messed up. And then I think content creators who are bringing them on to platform them like personally directly with the goal of specifically like exploiting them and like triggering them and getting them to say crazy stuff while they're manic. I think those people are pretty shit too. I don't really have an issue with viewers. I don't really have an issue with people covering it like secondhand. I think it's mostly on people who are like actively and intentionally trying to exploit the individual.
Okay, the people who cover this content think they have no responsibility. We'll see how it goes for them. Speaking of covering mentally ill people, Turkey Tom, welcome. How's it going?
How's it going? Yeah, I guess I'm in somewhat of a unique position to talk about this because I have made hundreds of thousands of dollars talking about, I don't know, crazy people online. My basic position is that, if you actively engage with the person in question, like let's say I was, calling FouseyTube on stream and trying to convince him that his paranoid delusions were valid and telling him that I sent in his girlfriend, which one guy actually did, I think that would be pretty fucked up. But I think if you're just talking about him, you don't have a real responsibility to positively or negatively influence him. You probably shouldn't go tell people to harass him and fuck with him in real life or anything like that. But beyond that, I don't think that I have any real responsibility to help FouseyTube's mental health. I don't know him. I'll never meet him. I just want to talk about him online. And he is a public figure. I think the responsibility for his mental health should fall upon the people in his life. His mom, his dad, his friends, rather than random content creators. Yeah.
I honestly think like it's okay because we're bringing awareness to it. So I think it's kind of okay to cover it at least, but like exploiting it in the sense of like if you're bringing them on stream and you know they're not okay and like they're self-harming, that's different. If you're like, look at this chick, oh she's cutting herself, that's different. But if someone's having like episodes and you're bringing them on and talking to them and coursing like talking about it, like bringing mental illness awareness to the platform, like that's different. I don't care.
A lot of people don't care. Wow, this is a kind of shocking.
We needed a big. I just realized because you made that comment and now I see it. We're all kind of in the same boat, and that all of us make money covering mentally ill people. Why didn't we bring? We needed some.
I don't.
Yeah, today I have brought you together, right? To kind of demonstrate as kind of like an example of how little, like how much money incentivizes us not to give a shit about other people.
I don't think it's just money. Like, we don't know this guy. I don't know this guy. I'll never meet him. He's a 35-year-old man. He's double my age. Should I have to be responsible for his mental health?
We're truly talking about the human condition here. Like, everybody is drawn to these types of like dramatic people breaking up and like breaking up like mentally and like all the crazy shit. Like Brianna said earlier, like some of those popular shows. I think it's Brianna that brought this up, like Jerry Springer and Maury and stuff. That's not an accident, right? It's not an accident that people watch Jersey Shore because they want to see the crazy fights and the people cheating on each other and everything else. So, yeah, I don't think we're unique here at all.
I have compassion for somebody. Like, there was a police video I saw recently of like a teenager that was high on some drugs and they were in a situation with the cops, right? They're having a breakdown. This is a situation I had empathy for, right? As a child, they're getting their start in the world, they're not making a choice. That is a very different situation than a 35-year-old man who, if you watch his content, he's clearly addicted to the attention in a crazy way. He's got every single opportunity to go get better. He's got a therapist. He has made hits on H3H3 about his path to better mental health. And I know this sounds like a Republican talking point, but at some point, I do believe in personal responsibility for adults. I also think that in this space, one of the best things I've seen is mocking truly terrible people. I'm not going to bring up two people that I'm thinking of, but Destiny, they've been figures in your saga, and I think it has been really good for everybody to look at their behavior and just obliterate them, because it is so far out of the bounds of anything that is normal, healthy, moral, anything. So I do think mocking is a moral action in a lot of situations.
I think my pushback here, I'm going to take the very progressive cuck position, is I think one of the issues is that it is so hard. We see people like XQC even on Dr. K's talk. It is so hard to break any sort of feedback system that is rewarding you with attention. Even the money is secondary. The attention is unbelievable. I can't imagine. I always said this. Believe it or not, at one point in my life, I was quite narcissistic. If I would have started streaming when I was like 16, I can't imagine how horrible of a person I would be to have that much reinforcement, that much social validation, that much, because when you streaming is truly like the maker or breaker of your psyche. Because when you push that go live button and you make money, people are basically like, I love you, I support you, and I'm giving you money because I like you so much. Even if it's hate watching, even if it's people that say they don't like you. So I can't imagine having a mental illness that you drastically need to get fixed, but you found a way to capitalize off of and make money off of that mental illness. And you're getting so much positive validation and reinforcement for having it.
And what's even worse, perhaps, is the people who see these smaller creators, right? And then will publicly platform them and showcase them and spotlight them, do whole documentary series on them, right? And this just draws more and more attention. It's like supplying a heroin addict with heroin. Yes, it's, again, at some point they have to take responsibility, but what responsibility do the people supplying the drug to the addict have in this case? Zena, you wanted to say something? You had your hand up.
I was gonna say something about like the age factor. Like if you're going like the teenager getting caught with drugs, having a mental breakdown in the back of the car. That's the video you're talking about, right? It doesn't mean she had any mental disorder. She was making the decision to run around gangbang. Like I've seen her Instagram. Like she was gangbanging. She had a breakdown because she got caught. I'm saying that as someone who got caught doing crime. Like she only had a breakdown because she got caught. It's not like she was struggling and doing drugs and caught up in this lifestyle. Versus how you made comment about somebody being 30 years old. That means he's been struggling. He's been this live streamer, as Destiny said. He's been having this attention, monetizing off his mental health or his mental instability all this time. So it's programmed now in his mind that it's okay to take breaks from your medication and go crazy because it's money, it's attention, da da da. Versus a girl who's selling drugs with her boyfriend, gets caught and has a breakdown in the car because she's facing prison. I don't think that that's really comparable and the same, because we don't know her mental state. We don't know if she's, having any actual issues, so I don't think that that was really a fair assessment. And then I also wanted to say, I agree with Destiny on that about the streaming and monetizing off their mental problems. But a lot of times too, like I have mental issues too. I mean, yeah, I can be crazy, but I think sometimes like what you see online, like when you're streaming or making content with it, you turn it up like 20% or more. Some people turn it up way more, and they make the issue that really would, like, if they wouldn't really behave like that on the regular if the cameras weren't off, but as soon as the camera's on, they're going to turn it up more because they know people like drama, people like entertainment, it's content. And then as soon as the camera's off, they're just chilling, like it's whatever. I don't think it's always as serious as we see on camera, is what I'm saying.
Do we think it's wise for Kick to give Fousey a $15 million contract?
I don't believe that.
I don't think he got that much money.
You think he's just lying? It's just kind of a...
If it's not reported in mainstream media, bro, there's like one Twitter account that just tweets like random dollar amounts and people take it at face value. Like,
Yeah.
And the other person we're expected to trust is Fousey too, who's like a pathological liar.
Yeah.
So I just don't. I don't really trust him. Maybe he got $2 million. Maybe.
the way
if
that
he's
these
lucky.
Kick contracts work, from my understanding, and possibly somebody that might have one, is most of these are done at hourly rates anyways. There might be other incentives, but like I'm pretty sure that most of them have been the same. I think other people...
So he doesn't just get wired like $15 million.
No, yeah, you're typically like you're getting paid like on depending on how much you stream and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
as
I
far
think
as sorry, you can go.
Go ahead, Turkey.
Okay, Turkey, yo, we're Turkey. Okay,
So polite.
Wick,
First name
honestly,
basis.
Wick, I would say, you talked about the documentary series. I see that as just part of like Destiny said, the human condition. Everybody likes watching a trash fire. There are entire YouTube channels. One of, I have one with almost 1 million subscribers. There's Sunny V2. He's got millions of subs. These are all the, channels that all the streamers like to react to and steal their content. Shout out Destiny. And basically the whole meme behind it, the whole fucking point, is to watch someone's life devolve. And some of the most popular videos of the last few years are watching someone's life devolve into a fucking trash fire. And so you can argue like, oh, well, maybe the people making the content, should be held responsible somewhat for fueling the fire. But it's like, if millions of people are out there ready to watch it, then if Sunny V2 goes away, if I go away, there's going to be someone else to meet that. Ultimately, you have to place the responsibility on the person interacting with the world rather than the world they live in.